Fellow Kenyans, the strength of a nation is determined by the level of integrity of its people. And how is the integrity of the people determined? The integrity of the people is determined by the means they use or the factors they consider when putting a leader in power. Because the the sovereignty of the people, as per Article 1 of the Constitution, remains the epitome of leadership in our country. And one way of putting those people into power is through election. What do the people consider before electing a leader? That what matters much. If you consider that you give a leader a position just because of the amount that he gave during the campaign, that will measure the level of the integrity that people have. And what if the basis of you electing this leader is maybe his character? He is acting in a way that defines the character or the heart of leadership, then this still count in measuring the level of integrity of the citizens. Um, for the integrity to be measured, the people have to realize their potential. And if at all we, the people of Kenya, have realized our potential, we can indeed tell that the most important weapon that a poor leader can use against the people is the mind of the electorate. What is the mindset of the citizens? What what is coming in our mind when we hear leader? What comes in your mind when you hear politician? That matters much. If we focus or we set our mind that a leader is somebody who distributes capital, money, or orders those sort of things, then that kind of the country that we make. But if we say that a leader is someone who comes up with manifesto, that he does well to the people, that acts, and his prior conduct can be tracked as a person of good morals, who has a great leadership quality, then we can make the best country ever. Now the problems comes here when we remain silent. Once a wall, an Egyptian, she was a feminist, saying that, and I quote, silence is approval. If I remain silent, the oppressor will use my silence as a potent weapon against me. We are suffering from our own conduct, we as the people. We've chosen to remain silent and suffer under poor governance without pointing out in the name that these are people from our area, these are people from our region. Uh, Doing away with this culture of tribalism is difficult and much harder in our country. But however, we can make it. We can still change. How can we change this? We have to embrace a heart of patriotism. Kwame Nkrumah said that I'm not African because I was born in Africa. I'm African because Africa was born in me. If we embrace this art of patriotism, I'm not a Kenyan because I was born in Kenya. I'm a Kenyan because Kenya was born in me. Then we can have that sense of making Kenya a better nation. And if we didn't, we have this art and mind and intention of making Kenya a great nation and the country that we want to live in, then we can choose as day by day, year by year, election by election, make our country Kenya greater. By what? Through election. We've no power over the past of our country, but we can control. We have power over the present. What is the present that we have to change our future? Is the vote. Now that we've identified the poor leadership of which we can't control because it passed, now we have opportunity to control the present and shape the future. We have no power over our history, but we have power over the future. Let's embrace a heart of patriotism and make Kenya a better nation through voting. We as citizens of this Republic of Kenya, let's not be guided by the tribalism. Let's not be guided or lured by money. Let's have that mind of the Kenya we want and embrace it at the ballot. From the MCA, MP, Senator, Governor, President, let's all embrace that and teach people. Let's embrace this character of teaching people the good and the goodness of the country that we want. Let's embrace good leadership in our country. And this will help us have the better Kenya that we want, whereby people will have power of what they want. And allow me quote that if the lions never know to write, or the stories glorifies the hunter. In our case, the citizens are the lion, the hunter are the politician or the so-called leaders. And if we the people don't know the true leader or the character of a leader, then all the stories will be glorifying the poor leaders in the throne, whereas we the citizenry are suffering under poor leadership. Then it's our time to learn. It's our time, we as the citizens, to get to know what indeed is leadership. What character can be found in a leader? What character can be found on a rock? Or in personification of the people and characters who are there derived by their personal interest. Let's find character of leaders in the people who are vying for various political positions, and identify a leader in them. Wish that our country Kenya will get to know this and understand the heart of leadership and embrace the leadership quality and make Kenya a great nation that we want. Thank you very much. Looking forward to have a Kenya that will allow each and every person to have a voice and be heard and participate in the country without fear